Hello and welcome to my Throne of Thunder raid guide. My name is Aliena, and in this video I'll show you all you have to know about Durumu, the 7th boss in this new raid instance. We completed this fight with 2 tanks, 3 healers and 5 DPS, but similar raid configurations may work just as well. Durumu is a 3-phase encounter with an emphasis on communication and coordination. He starts out in his normal phase, and both his light spectrum and disintegration beam phases are on a set timer and will repeat throughout the fight. If you use 2 healers, you'll likely get to see all phases twice. If you use 3 healers, you might see some of them 3 times. Someone must be in melee range of Durumu at all times, or he'll wipe the raid slowly with an ability called Gaze. His normal phase is straightforward. He uses Hard Stare on the tank, which inflicts both a serious wound and an arterial cut. The serious wound reduces healing done on the tank by 10% per stack, and the arterial cut causes the tank to take a 40k dot every second until they're healed to full. Your tank should switch off when the serious wound stack gets too high, at about 3 to 5 stacks depending on what you can handle. He'll also periodically cast Force of Will, which is a purple conal ground animation that explodes after a few seconds. Should a player be caught in this, they'll be blasted off the platform and die. You should probably avoid that. His next ability is Lingering Gaze. Lingering Gaze marks 2 players with a purple arrow, and a few seconds later a missile will hit their current position and leave a purple puddle that will persist until the end of the encounter. We made sure to drop Lingering Gaze to the very edges of his platform so it wouldn't be in the way for his disintegration beam phase. Occasionally, Durumu will use Life Drain on a random player. This lasts for 15 seconds and will stun the affected person. The longer Durumu siphons a particular player, the more health is lost and the more health he will regain. However, it is possible to intercept the Life Drain by just standing between the currently affected player and the beam. You should assign 2 or 3 players to intercept Life Drain, and no one should take it for more than about 5 seconds. All of these abilities can and will be used during the Light Spectrum phase. Light Spectrum happens about 40 seconds into the fight, and then every 3 minutes and 10 seconds after. Durumu will target 3 random players with a blue, a red, and a yellow beam. After a few seconds, the beams materialize into cones. The red and blue cones will move with the affected player. The yellow beam will slowly move clockwise or counterclockwise around the room. If no players but the 3 initially selected stand in the beams, they'll deal a lot of raid damage. You need to split up your raid to stand in the colored beams for the entire phase. We had our melee and a healer assigned to the red beam, our ranged DPS and our second healer assigned to the blue beam, and our tanks and the last healer in the yellow beam. Assignments will sometimes change slightly on the fly, as the red and blue persons are randomly selected and attached to their beams. In general, though, you should aim to have 3 people in each beam. Communication is key here. The goal of this phase is to find and kill 3 red adds that are only revealed by the red beam. Every single DPS should concentrate on killing the red adds in this phase. There's a blue add too, but you never want to reveal or kill that one, as it inflicts heavy AoE damage to do either. The adds will light up for a second when the phase starts, so you can assign some quick raid members to mark the add's location to make it easier for the red beam person to find them. Your blue beam person just needs to make sure they are not near the blue ad, and can then remain still for the whole phase. Your red beam person has the hardest job here, as they need to move through the room until a red ad is revealed. Then they must immediately stop until the red ad is killed, and then do the same thing for the other 2 ads. If a red ad is revealed, but the beam then moves past it before it's killed, it'll inflict 300k damage to all raid members. This, on top of the already ongoing AoE damage in this phase, can easily mean a wipe, so your red kiter must be very careful with the beam. Yellow will move around, but has no adds to reveal, so there is nothing special about this beam. The phase ends once all 3 red adds are dead. After the phase, Durumu will go back to his normal phase until it's time for his disintegration beam. 2 minutes and 10 seconds into the fight, and every 3 minutes and 10 seconds after that, Durumu will use disintegration beam, or death beam for short. Death beam will charge up for about 10 seconds, in which your raid should stack up right under it. It deals no damage while it's charging up. A few seconds into charging up, it'll be revealed in which direction the beam is traveling, so your raid can sidestep into the general area. A few more seconds later, a maze will show up and the entire platform will be bathed in purple fog, save for a small patch of safe spots that are revealed just in front of the beam. Your raid must move just ahead of the beam, in the safe spots that are revealed as the phase goes on. The phase ends when the beam has completed a full circle around the room. This phase does take some repetition, but it gets fairly easy the more times you see it. We found the best approach was to start out a little ways away from the beam, and then let it catch up to us to reveal more safe spots. It's likely your raid will take some damage here, so anything your healers can heal up on the go helps. None of Durumu's other abilities are used during the Death Beam phase. The hardest part about this fight is truly figuring out beam assignments and getting enough people to be comfortable at kiting the red beam so that they swiftly reveal red ads but don't overshoot the red ad and cause a lot of raid damage. Once you're good at handling that and the death beams, Durumu shouldn't pose much of a problem. I'm putting a link to the whole encounter in the video info in case you want to see how we dealt with the various mechanics in detail. Good luck and have fun!